Hello, my name is me, and I'm wait here. I'm going to try to voice all this. I hope you understand. If not, sorry, my camera's not big enough to sign all of what I want to say. I'm just going to try to talk, try to voice it. So here goes. Today I'd like to talk about the death penalty. I was reading on the Huffington Post. Many Catholic bishops in that state have opposed the death penalty, in concurrence with the Chief Justice of the Ohio Supreme Court saying it's discriminatory and it is very arbitrary. And I would agree with them. Studies have shown that more African Americans are sentenced to death than are Caucasian Americans, even when Caucasian Americans commit like crimes. Very few Caucasian Americans are sentenced to death for killing African Americans. If you want to take the racial question out of this, fine, we can do that. But again, we come to this basic question of how can you say murder is wrong when the state then murders someone to say that murder is wrong? To me, this is illogical on its face. Instead, I urge us to evolve in our moral understanding and join the great nations and democratic nations of the world, such as the nations of the European Union, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Israel, Cape Verde, South Africa, and many other nations which have abolished the death penalty. I believe if we are to truly value life, we must value all life, even that life which seems to us to have no value, for all life can be redeemed with time. And I know that is a difficult concept, but our greatest quality that we have as humans, that which separates us from those who commit murder, is our ability to have compassion, our ability to forgive, our ability to grow, change, to move. We don't have to go down the same road. We can change. And another reason I was thinking about is, okay, with life imprisonment, you can fix that. You know, someone's life has been altered by being in prison for many years, but we can ultimately turn that around. We can give them financial compensation, we can train them in a trade or skill, we can provide them counseling, we can do a variety of things to try to make that right. We cannot resurrect someone from the grave. Once that heart stops beating, that lungs stop taking in air, and those brainwaves go flat, and you are buried up beneath that clay, you shall not rise again to the day of the resurrection. And I do believe Scripture when it says, "Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord," and Christ calls us to be peacemakers. I also think in our history how the death penalty has been so, again I'm going back to the race issue, misused against racial and ethnic minorities. The Scarborough Boys, Emmett Till, just how executions have often been state lynchings, and how I just don't think in a just society we can maintain a policy of killing people. If we want to stop violence, then we, in the words of Mahatma Gandhi, must become the change we want to see in the world. We cannot be complacent. We cannot stay in the same place and expect growth, or stay in the trap of anger, the trap of bitterness, the trap of eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, where we will all end up blind and toothless. I believe in the words of Jesus when he says, "Forgive every man his worst sin. Love your enemy and pray for those who wrong you." Only when we become love can we overcome powers of hate and darkness. Jesus said, you cannot overcome darkness with darkness, but you can only overcome darkness with light. When we execute someone, we are just reinforcing darkness. Studies have shown that violence actually increases after an execution. And then you have the family of the executed person who's permanently scarred and stigmatized. Now you just don't have the victim's family that are scarred and victimized, but you have the victim's family who will forever have to bear that pain. And I just don't think that's right. So, again, tell me what you think. Rate my video. Leave a comment. Be respectful. Don't, just leave me comments, but be respectful and constructive. And tell me what you think. Thank you.